Okay, students, welcome once again. So, in last video, we saw velocity time graph in case of graphical representation of one-dimensional motion. But since acceleration time graph is not included within the syllabus, so we will move to next topic, that is equations of uniformly accelerated motion. It means the equation of motion of a body moving with uniform acceleration. So since the body is moving, so obviously it possesses some quantity, that is initial velocity, then it will have some time, then since uniform acceleration, so it will possess some acceleration, then after time t it will travel some distance, and then final velocity. So you can see it establishes the relation, this equation establishes the relation among all these quantities. Here u represents the initial velocity of the body, where a is uniform acceleration, t is the time, clear, t is the time, s is the required distance traveled by the body with acceleration, with uniform acceleration after time t or at time t, v is the final velocity, clear. So there are three fundamental equations based on uniform acceleration motion of a body. First is, you can see v equals to u plus minus at. What do you mean by plus minus? Plus represents if the body moves with acceleration, isn't it? And minus indicates means if the body execute retardation, if the body experiences retardation, it means when its velocity stops, isn't it? When its velocity decreases, then it suffers retardation. So at first we will discuss that v is equal to u plus minus at. What does it mean? It means a body moving with uniform velocity, not at rest. It means and some initial velocity, a body having initial velocity u, moving with uniform, a body moving with initial velocity u and with uniform acceleration a, then after time t, what will be its final velocity? This is that equation, clear? So it is equal to v is equal to plus at. If it accelerates, then it is plus at, and if it, in case of retardation, it is minus ut. But if initial velocity is 0, it means if the body is at rest, if the body is at rest initially, then in that case it will be 0, v is equal to plus minus at. In case of acceleration, it is plus, in case of retardation, it is minus. So this equation v equals to u plus at explains that a body moving with initial velocity and with uniform acceleration, and if it moves at time t, then after time t its final velocity is v. Moves on to second equation. It represents, you can see, s represents the distance. S equals to ut plus minus half at square. Plus minus I have already told. So it means if a body have some initial velocity and moves with uniform acceleration, is obviously uniform. In all the cases acceleration is uniform. Okay. So each and every time I don't need to mention it. A body having initial velocity u, moving with uniform acceleration a, then after time t, the distance traveled or covered by the body is represented by this equation. S equals to ut plus minus at square. Again, if its initial velocity is 0, it means the body is at rest, then ut vanishes, then half at square. Moves on to third equation. Okay, this is also velocity, you can see this is also velocity. So velocity comes once again, but here relation is quite different. Here in this case the velocity represents having a body having initial velocity u, moving with uniform acceleration a, and if after time t it travels distance s, then its final velocity is represented by this equation, that is v square is equal to u square plus minus 2as. Again, if the body is at rest, initial velocity 0, then this part u is 0 twice s. So this is also velocity, this is also velocity, but this represents a body have some initial velocity moving with uniform acceleration a, but after time t there is no distance here, there are no time here, isn't it? This is the main difference. Both are the final velocities, but here is the final velocity acquired by the body having some initial velocity moving with uniform acceleration and after time t. And this is the final velocity of a body having initial velocity u with uniform acceleration a, and after traveling some distance s. This is okay. So let's prove all these equations using graph, that is velocity time graph. Okay, it is proof or derivation, whatever you call. So What is the first equation is final velocity at time t, as I said. So this is the velocity time graph. Why? Time is taken along x-axis and velocity is plotted along y-axis. T is in second and velocity is in meter per second. Clear? So suppose since the body has some initial velocity, it means it not rest. If it was at rest, you can see the straight line is just comes after achieving some distance. If the straight line would pass through the origin, that is from O, it would represent the body initially at rest. It means u is equal to 0. Since u is not 0, the body possesses some initial velocity. That's why it's starting from having some velocity. It may be 1 meter per second, 2 meters per second, very small, but has some value. Okay. So here you can see OA. Here OA represents the initial velocity at t is equal to 0. It means the body will start at t is equal to 0 is equal to not 0. It means when the body possesses some velocity, okay, time starts there. Okay, time is counted from that velocity. So suppose at the starting point, all object generally starts its motion from 0. But here we are not counting the u is equal to 0. When the body traveling some distance with some initial velocity, then we count at t is equal to 0. Okay, this is the initial time. So initial time, body possesses some initial velocity. Then after stop clock is okay, sets on like that. Then OD is the final velocity at time t. After time t, its final velocity is v. So what will be its equation of motion, that is velocity? So first of all, you can see OA. So since it is moving with uniform acceleration, we have already learned that uniform acceleration means equal change in velocity. Okay, equal change in velocity is equal, as I already told, equal, as I already told, in 1 second. In last video during velocity time graph, in 1 second 10 meter per second, then in second 2 seconds 20 meter per second, in 3 seconds 30 meter per second. I think you have already seen that video, so there should be no problem. So in this case, since it is okay, it is starting from here, since it is velocity is changing with an equal amount of interval of time, so it's a straight line. It means velocity is increasing with a constant rate. So obviously it will create a slope. Slope means this theta, tan theta. So from the slope, since from velocity time graph, isn't it, we can get, isn't it, both, we can get both displacement and acceleration of the particle. So acceleration is slope of line A. Slope means BE, tan theta, this is theta, perpendicular by base. So BEIB. What is B? B is nothing but is equals to AD. What is AB? AB is equals to OC. So what is AD? AD is nothing but, you can see, total this. If we subtract AD from the total straight line OD, so OD minus OA, isn't it? OD minus OA, obviously it will be OA. Since it is AD, so how it could be OD? So it is OA. Clear? So AD means this minus this, isn't it? OD minus OA equals to AD. So put the value. What is OD? This is OD. This is the final velocity, isn't it? Counting from the here. So OD is equal to V minus OA. What is OAU? OC is equal to time t. So acceleration A equals to V minus U by t. So obviously V minus U equals to AT. So V is equal to U plus AT. Graphically proved. Clear? Okay. Moves on to second equation. That is the distance traveled by the body moving with uniform velocity, uniform acceleration A, having initial velocity U, and t is equal to 0. Clear? So now we will find total distance traveled in time t. Clear? Total distance in time t. So this was the acceleration. Since how can we get the distance from velocity time graph? That is by the area covered by the both velocity axis and the time axis. So you can see the mark, isn't it? the marked area represents the distance traveled in time t, that is area of trapezium OAEC, OAEC or OCE or whatever. So you can see this trapezium is okay. This trapezium is generally consists of made up of two figures. That is, one is triangle ABE and one is rectangle OABC. Clear? So the area of the trapezium is the sum of the area of both triangle and the rectangle. So area of triangle, area of common triangle ABE and rectangle OABC. So what is the area of the triangle AB? Half base into height. So half AB into BE plus OABC, that is length into breadth, OA into OC. Clear? So half AB. What is AB? We have already got T. What is BE? B equals to, we have already got BE, already we have got V minus U. We don't need to understand, just directly put V minus U. Plus OA into OC. What is OA? We have already got initial velocity U. What is OC? Is equal to T. So half T into AT. Why? Because V minus U equals to AT. You can see A is equal to V minus U by T. So V minus U is equal to AT. So we will put the value of V minus U by T from here. So AT. So you can get half AT square plus UT. So S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Clear? If the body possesses zero velocity, if the body has no initial velocity, isn't it? No initial velocity, then in that case, the graph will start from here, from the origin, passing through the origin. Clear? Moves on to third equation. That is the final velocity of a body having some initial velocity, moving with uniform acceleration, and after traveling some distance. So this is. So again, final velocity after traveling distances. Now we will take the help of this. It means again, since it is distance, so we have to follow the same, that is area of the trapezium. But here we will not follow the same. It means we will not find out the area of the trapezium with the help of the triangle and the rectangle. We will use the ready-made formula of area of trapezium, because here we will have to find the final velocity, not the distance. Distance we have already. Since distance we have already derived, so we will not use this formula, that is area of triangle plus area of rectangle, direct. So area of rectangle. So here you can see this is the total. Since it is distance, so from velocity time graph, distance can be obtained by using only from the area of that figure, covered that particular area, covering the both velocity axis and time axis. So area of trapezium. We all know that the ready-made formula of a trapezium, that is half into addition or sum of the two parallel sides into the perpendicular distance in between them. That is the shortest distance. Okay. So half into summation of or sum of two parallel sides. This is the two parallel sides of the trapezium into the perpendicular or shortest distance in between them. Them means two parallel lines. So it is either AB or oblique OC, anyone. So what is OA? OA is nothing but U. You can see from here. What is CE? CE is nothing but V. Clear? CE means OV. V into AB or OC, it is T. Okay. Now half U plus V, what is T? Now we can put value T is equal to V minus U by Y, because A equals to acceleration equal to change in velocity by time. We can also write since T is equal to V minus U by A, but it is also shown here. So this will be equal, so in that case we don't need to write T is equal to. So that's why we have written the expression of acceleration. A is equal to V minus U by T, so T is equal to V minus U by A here. So then half V plus U into V minus U by A, then it turns A plus B into A minus B. This is nothing but the formula A square minus B square divided by 2A. So S is equal to B square minus U square by twice A. So hence B square minus U square is equal to twice AS. So B square is equal to, okay, converting, okay, transforming minus U square towards that side, B square is equal to U square plus twice AS. So we have already proved all these three equations. Again I am saying the final velocity of a particle having some initial velocity moving with uniform acceleration after time t, the final velocity. Distance traveled by a body moving with uniform acceleration have some initial velocity after time t, that is distance s, and this is the final velocity having some initial velocity moving with uniform acceleration after traveling some distance s. Okay. So this is the derivation of the equation of motion of a body moving with uniform acceleration with the help of a graph. Okay, without using graph you can also prove it. Clear?